Hello YouTube, this is my Sacred King Fire Deck $30 budget build profile that me and my brother did mention. We're doing two separate videos, my video of doing my deck, and then he's going to be doing his video of his deck.
Yep, and just letting you guys know, we did get 3 copies of the deck. And after doing like a review from another Duelist deck profile, we decided to make ours a little bit different. Completely different powers.
Oh yeah. So first thing we're going to start off with for my deck is 3 copies of Sacred Fire King Garunix. If your monsters that was originally fire is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. If there was, or scratch that. If was there when monsters was destroyed or hand, even if not, this card is normal or special summon. You can destroy 1 fire beast, beast warrior, or winged beast monster in your hand, deck, or face up on the field except itself. And if you do, this card gains attack points equal to that destroyed monster's attack it had there until the end of this turn. You can only use each effect of Sacred Fire King.
Garunix.
Yeah, Garunix. I have no idea why I'm talking like this.
This is actually his first time actually doing a deck profile while he's actually talking.
I am tired as hell.
That's what happens when he only runs with, what, like 2 hours of sleep?
Yep. Thunderbutt!
Yes, and I got rudely awakened very early this morning to loud car honks and loud music from a neighbor from across the street.
Loud music from a car.
Yeah.
Next door at 12 in the morning, and I'm trying to fucking sleep.
4:30 in the morning, dude.
Alright.
Not very happy. I'm still not happy. I hope I get to have better sleep tonight than I did last night.
Yeah, you and me both. Next, I'm running 3 copies of Fire King High Avatar Kirin. During the main phase, if this card is in your hand, quick effect, you can destroy 1 other fire monster in your hand or face up on the field, and if you do, special summon this card. If this card is destroyed and it was sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 Fire King monster from your hand or graveyard except Fire King Avatar Kirin. Then you can destroy 1 card on the field. You can only use each effect of Fire King Avatar Kirin once per turn.
And as you can see, he's running 3 copies of that card.
Yep.
Meaning triple the threats.
But your main base monster you want to run with 3 copies of is the Fire King Garunix, which is badass. Love it.
He definitely makes he definitely makes things a little bit more interesting with time.
Yep. Then I'm running 3 copies of the legendary Fire King Pinox. If your monster that was originally fire is destroyed by battle or a card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add Fire King spell or trap from your deck to your hand during the next standby phase after this card was destroyed and sent to the graveyard. Add this card from the graveyard to your hand. You can only use each effect of legendary Fire King Phoenix once per turn, which that is like an immortal card.
Very much so, yeah.
Now, I don't know if you YouTubers watch the anime card fight, buddy fight, whatever.
Oh, God.
That's what this monster reminds me of.
Okay, that was funny. That was awesome.
It resembles it in some ways.
It does, yes.
Next, I'm running 3 copies of Fire King Avatar Arvata. When a monster effect is activated while this monster is on the field, quick effect, you can negate the activation. If you do, destroy one other fire monster in your hand or face-up field. If this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can target one fire beast, warrior, or winged beast monster in your graveyard, except Fire King Avatar Arverta. Special summon it, but its effects is negated, also destroying it during the end phase. You can only use each effect of this monster once per turn. Damn, that's like a serious badass combo.
Yeah.
Then I'm running 2 copies of Fire King Avatar Barong. If a face-up Fire King monster you control is destroyed by card effects, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand once per turn during the next standby phase. After this card was destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, add 1 Fire King card from your deck to your hand, except Fire King Avatar Barong. So basically, you can just add any Fire King card from your deck to your hand. Doesn't matter if it's a monster, spell, or trap.
It basically helps you out, especially with whatever upcoming combos that you might have coming up along the way.
Yep. I'm running 1 copy of Fire King Avatar Rangbali, Fire King Avatar, or Fire King High Avatar Garunix, and Coach Soldier Wolfbark. For Fire King Avatar Rangbali's effect, if a face-up Fire King monster you control is destroyed by a card effect, except during a damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand when a spell or trap card or effect is activated. While this card is on the field, quick effect, you can negate the activation. If you do, destroy one other fire monster in your hand or face-up on the field. You can only use each effect of the following Fire King Avatar Rangbali once per turn. Next for Fire King High Avatar Garunix, once per turn during the next standby phase. After this card was destroyed by battle, or destroyed by card effect and sent to the graveyard, special summon this card from the graveyard. If you do, destroy all other monsters on the field. That means it's not just your side, it's also your opponents.
True that. True that. It's mean.
And
That's all I
then,
can say about it. It's mean.
yep. And then it says, when this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 Fire King monster from your deck, except Fire King High Avatar Garunix. That is sick. Next is the Coach Soldier Wolfbark. You can target 1 level 4 Fire Beast Warrior monster in your graveyard, special summon it in defense position, but negate its effects. You can only use each effect of Coach Soldier Wolfbark once per turn. So it's at least one good way to bring out your rank 4 monsters.
Agreed.
I swear, I'm going to get a Japanese kimono for this. Next, I'm running 1 copy of Blaster, Dragon Ruler of Infernos.
Yes.
If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can banish from hand or graveyard, except this card. Special summon this card during your opponent's end phase. If you control this special summon card, return it to the hand. If you discard this card and 1 fire monster to the graveyard, then target 1 card on the field, destroy it, or destroy that target. If this card is banished, you can add 1 fire dragon monster from your deck to your hand. You can only use 1 Blaster Dragon Ruler of Infernos effect per turn, and only once that turn. So when it comes to this card, you gotta be really careful of how to play it. And you're hearing my brother just giggling. Pop goes a weasel.
That was his Pepsi. The Diet Pepsi. Oh, yeah.
Ah, tasty.
Although it would taste even better with some rum. Just saying.
Oh god, I'll be drunk off my ass. Next, I'm running 3 copies of the new hand trap, Droll and Lock and Bird. If a card is added from the main deck to your opponent's hand, except during the draw phase, quick effect, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard for the rest of this turn. Cards cannot be added from either player's main deck to the hand. And yeah, this is a new hand trap that you really want to have 3 of in the deck. And that is it for the monsters. Next is moving on to the spells. So for the spells, I am running 1 copy of Circle of the Fire King. Target 1 fire monster you control and 1 fire monster in your graveyard. Destroy that monster you control, and if you do, special summon that other monster from your graveyard. You can only activate 1 Circle of the Fire King per turn. Next, I'm running 1 copy of Fire King Skyburn. Target an equal number of Fire King monsters you control and cards your opponent controls. Destroy them. If a Fire King cards you control would be destroyed by a card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. You can only use each effect of Fire King of the Sky once per turn. Another good way. Next is, you know it, 2 field spells of Fire King Island. Love this field spell. If this card's face up on the field and is sent to the graveyard or banished, destroy all other monsters you control. You can only use each of the following effects of Fire King Island once per turn. And only once that turn. So first effect is, during your main phase, you can destroy 1 monster in your hand or on the field, and if you do, add 1 Fire King monster from your deck to your hand. If you control no monsters, which this is really helpful, you can special summon 1 Fire Wing Beast monster from your hand. Next, I'm running 3 copies of Fire King Sanctuary. When this card is activated, you can place 1 Fire King Island from your deck face up in your field zone once per turn. I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm tired. Once per turn, if a card is in your field zone, it would be destroyed by battle or a card effect. You can destroy 1 fire monster in your hand or face up on the field instead. Once per turn, if your opponent special summons a monster, you can immediately, after this effect resolves, XD summon 1 fire XD monster using only Fire King monsters you would control. You can only activate this card's effect once per turn. Then I'm running 2 copies of Dark Hole, 2 copies of Fire Formation Tenki, and then I put a lot of thought into this, but I also added 2 copies of Onslaught of the Fire Kings.
Ooh, hey, you're talking about some crazy times.
Let it burn.
Burn, 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 burn. Ta-da. I'm not right.
More like, ta-da, burn.
Burn, 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 burn.
I am running 1 copy of Solemn Judgment, one copy of Torrential Tribute,
Oh, yeah.
one copy of Echelon of the Fire Kings, which is really helpful,
Oh, yeah.
and then also 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what I'm running for.
Having 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence just makes things a little bit more interesting. The ultimate hand trap, but is an actual trap.
And next, I'm running 12 cards of the extra deck. 3 copies of Garunix Eternity Hyang of the Fire Kings. So I'm running 3 copies of those. Requires 2 level 8 monsters. If this card is Xyz summoned, you can destroy all other monsters on the field. You can detach 1 material from this card, then target 1 spell or trap on the field, destroy it, and if you do, this card gains 500 attack. If this card is destroyed while it has a material, you can special summon Fire King monsters from your graveyard up to the number of materials that this card had, and you can only use each effect of Hyang of the Fire Kings once per turn.
Talk about the one kind of Phoenix that is going to be hard to kill off.
Oh, yeah. Then I'm running 3 copies of Coach King Giant Trainer. Requires 2 level 8 monsters. You can detach 1 material from this card, draw 1 card, and reveal it. Then if it was a monster, inflict 800 damage to your opponent. You cannot conduct your battle phase of the turn you activated this effect, and you can only use each effect of Coach King Giant Trainer once up to
Yup.
Trice per turn. That's what it says. I think that's what it says on the card. It says Trice. THR.
I'll be dang, it does say Trice.
That's a misprint. That is a misprint.
That is hilarious.
Konami, you messed up. Yeah. Here's the proof. You see it right there. Trice.
That is funny as crap.
That is a misprint. That's funny. And now my brother's going to check his.
Mine says the same.
Let's see.
Trice. It's hilarious. Trice. It does.
Yep.
It's official.
Konami, you screwed up.
Just a little. At least it was just by 1 word. Oh.
Alright, well, for the extra deck, I'm running 3 copies of Diamond Direwolf.
Such a beautiful card.
I wish it was a rare.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Requires 2 level 4 monsters. It's a rank 4. Once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card, then target 1 beast warrior, or winged beast monster you control, and 1 other card on the field, and destroy them, which that is really helpful as well. Now, last but not least, for the link plays, is Hita the Fire Charmer Ablaze. And I mean, this card is just beauty. She's like a female. She's like a female version of Natsu.
Yes.
But hotter.
In
my opinion.
Natsu from Fairy Tail. Oh God, I have been told that I'm kind of like him because I'm so hot-headed. And my brother has seen me angry once.
This requires 2 monsters, including a fire monster.
Ooh.
This card is always treated as a familiar possessed card. You can target 1 fire monster in your opponent's graveyard, special summon it to your zone this card points to. If this linked summon card is destroyed by battle, or is destroyed by opponent's card effect when the owner's monster zone. You can add a fire monster with 1500 attack or less defense from your deck to your hand, and you can only use each effect of Hita the Fire Charmer ablaze once per turn.
Yikes.
And that is it for my $30 budget build deck.
What do you guys think of it? Do you think that it could be competitive in an environment like, say, JCD and Hobby?
And we will play test these soon,
Yeah.
but we're going to wait for a while until we get sleeves to put them in.
Yeah. We gotta give our deck some home. We gotta give them a proper home.
But other than that, got them at Walmart store, and they had 6 left, and I just yeet. And with that, that's my deck review of my 30 budget build. This is Josh signing off on Team Dragon Lords. Peace.
Peace.